Hello and welcome to Bootstrap Biz Advice Live. My name is LaShonda Brown, and I teach service providers how to work less and live more by leveraging tech and YouTube. And I am almost feeling a little emotional. I challenged myself this year to try to go live Mondays at 10. And sometimes I was traveling or sometimes it was a holiday, but I went back and I counted, and I have gone live on YouTube 47 times. This is number 47. So, first and foremost, if you would like to help me celebrate that milestone, I would encourage you to like this video, whether you are watching this in the replay or watching it live. Your engagement on the live stream helps more people to see it when the replay is ready to view. So, I would encourage you to go ahead and do that if you want to help me celebrate. And if you are on my email list, you already saw this, but I want to make sure you're aware. You can use the code Black Friday 34 to lock in for the lowest price of the year for Bootstrap creators. So I turned 34 this year, and that is the lowest price that it's going to be this year. So I decided, instead of putting a ton of pressure on myself to come up with a new product, I would simply allow more people to take advantage of this special. So Christy Price is going to be teaching us about diversifying your income as a service provider in December. And then we're going to land the plane with a virtual holiday party at the end of the month with some live music from one of our members. So I am thrilled about what we've accomplished, the quality of content that we've created, the caliber of guests that I've had on the channel. If you guys dig a little bit on my live tab, I actually did a live stream with 8 other people just a couple weeks ago. And so that was the largest live stream I've ever done. 9 different video streams, and I was producing the whole thing. And so it's just been incredible to challenge myself to be creative, to create these little commercial breaks and these ad reads, to really try to turn these live streams into a live TV show, to be honest with you, to give that kind of feel of a live talk show or radio show where you can engage with me, I can engage with you, and we can really just grow in community. So for my members who have supported me and helped me to be able to make this happen, I just want to say thank you. There is always room for more. I will be way more aggressive about growth next year, but this year was just about getting it done, to be honest with you, to just say, I want to launch a membership. And what would that look like? What would be valuable to my community? What can I sustain with how I'm showing up online? And if it hadn't been for live streaming, there is no way, my friends, no way that I would have created 80 videos. This is video number 80 when you combine it with my live streams. So 47 live streams and 33, yes, 33 feed videos. And starting December 1st, I will be doing the 25 days of Canvas. So we will break 100 videos in 1 year. I honestly, it's all a blur. Last night, I was like looking at my camera roll and just thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I was in Atlanta in September and in New York in July and in Lisbon, Portugal in June. And like when I tell you this year has not at all been what I had planned, it's just been really incredible to take a look back and just be proud of what I've accomplished. And so today's live stream, I really just want to get back. I want to share the things I've learned. I want to show you some of the time-saving hacks that I have implemented to help me to pull that off. 80 videos in a year when this is not all that I do at all by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm still working 20 hours a week. These are the types of tips that I'm not seeing a lot on YouTube. People are really not sharing how they're making their sauce behind the scenes. And so I just want to be generous with that information today. And another reason why I'm able to be so generous is because I already have this live stream sponsored. So while I would love for you to become a member, for you to get connected with me, because of the generous support of my tech partners, I am able to just lavish on you guys and not stress about the bottom line. And I think that's great. So before we hop into those 8 tips that I promised that I would share with you, I want to share a little bit more about today's sponsor, Riverside.
This live stream is sponsored by Riverside, your all-in-one online podcast and video studio. As someone deeply immersed in teaching service providers the ropes of leveraging tech, I understand the importance of reliable tools. Whether you're contemplating starting a podcast or diving into video content creation, Riverside stands out as the ultimate online recording and editing studio. From seamless recording to magic clips, Riverside equips you with everything needed for high-quality content. Whether recording directly on the platform or uploading external footage, Riverside offers versatility for any project, spanning podcasts, videos, and vlogs. For any business owner prioritizing efficiency, Riverside's features, including editing out silence and instant transcriptions, will help you to streamline the editing process with ease. To get started, use my code LaShonda for an exclusive 20% off. The link is in the description. Here's to elevating your podcast and video content to new heights.
So Riverside is also sponsoring some feed videos on my channel. And so I just did a very extensive behind the scenes, what does the software actually look like? So if you want to try it for free, you can go to lashondabrown.com/Riverside. And if you want to save 20% off, just use my name when you upgrade, and that should take money off of your subscription price. So I want to get started by simply talking about the different categories of creating your YouTube videos. Now, my background is corporate film production. And so to be completely honest with you, this is kind of second nature to me, but I know that this is not the norm for everyone. I do have resources available on Buy Me a Coffee, and I'll be updating the shop. I'm kind of going to refresh that thing and add some more stuff next year. But ultimately, when you start to think about how you can save time and structure your YouTube content, you need to think about it in terms of pre-production, production, post-production, and marketing. Marketing is so essential with your YouTube videos because if you don't have a plan to market the videos, you can spend all this time creating the content and then no one watches them. And so you ultimately end up wasting your time. And so that's how I have decided to separate the content out for this live stream, is in those 4 different categories. So I'm going to try to introduce a technique, make sure that you understand, and then progress to the next one. If you have questions or you simply just want to say, hey, or thank you, or happy Thanksgiving, then you can locate the comments and you can comment live. Just like when you like my video in real time, when you comment, your comments actually stay on the replay of the video and help it to gain more traction on YouTube. So please feel free to engage with each other in the comments, ask questions. I can pop them up on the screen. So thank you so much, Trisha. Trisha actually even saw me on Instagram doing like a little behind the scenes moment there. So thank you so much for being here. And KK's career advice says, I like Riverside, I'm going back. So I definitely think that Riverside has come a long way. And especially if you're looking for more of a all-in-one solution, then they are a really good fit for you because you can record, edit, and go live within the same tool. So I recommend that you test these tools out as a free trial. I'm trying to simplify things for you by kind of vetting them and not throwing every single tool at you that can do a certain thing. But ultimately, it comes down to price. Do you like the interface? Does it meet your needs? Okay. So just make sure if you're interested in Riverside that you give that free trial a go. And then if you like it, feel free to use the code to save money. All right. So let's start with pre-production. The number one thing I want you to think about when you start doing pre-production for your videos, it's going to save you time, is I want you to get in the habit of repurposing your high performing content on another platform for your script or your bullet points. Okay. Now, what I mean by this, in my case, I'm just going to use myself as an example. So in my case, I am investing more effort into my LinkedIn content. And so what I am doing is I am structuring my LinkedIn content in such a way that if it performs well, I can simply take what I wrote as a caption and I can turn those into bullet points that I can put into a live stream or that I can flesh out in a pre-recorded video. And so ultimately, a lot of you don't hit publish because you don't know what to post. And I want you to get into the mindset of experimentation. You actually don't know what's going to connect with your audience. You can look for things on tools like TubeBuddy and do keyword research and all of that. But at the end of the day, that's an AI tool trying to tell you what people are interested in. Instead, what I recommend is testing out your content on other platforms like Instagram, like LinkedIn. You could even use threads, to be honest with you, and just see like what's gaining traction organically. That is probably something that you can reuse as a video. You don't need to have completely different content on your YouTube channel as your LinkedIn, as your Instagram, as your Threads account, because ultimately they're completely different audiences or just people who like to learn in different ways. And so I would encourage you to look at the numbers and look at what happens organically. Don't boost stuff, don't pay for ads, and then go, oh, well, this got a lot of traction, so I should do that. Let those organic likes and comments speak for themselves. And if you have a post that's high performing, you can save it in the notes app of your phone. You can save it in a spreadsheet or Notion, what have you. You can start to create a bank of topics so that when you need something to talk about, you've already done that work somewhere else. So don't try to reinvent the wheel. Oftentimes, my live streams are based on questions that have been asked in the DMs or things that have performed well on LinkedIn that I want to expand on. So I'm not really starting from scratch in that regard. I'm actually going out and saying, people already like this, so just give them more of what they want. So that is number one. Number two is I want you to use a teleprompter for your intro and your outro at the very least. If you want to bump things up, then use a teleprompter for your bullet points. And the third thing I would recommend is if you're really good, do your entire script. Okay. The reason why I say this is because it's really hard for you to think and speak at the same time. And so if you misspeak while you're recording a video, if you don't have at least something written down, it's going to be hard for you to say the same thing all over again. And eventually what's going to happen as you watch that video over time, your energy is going to go down and down and down. You're going to become more and more discouraged because you can't remember what you said and your energy is just zapped because you've done it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So, what I want you to do is when you think about using a teleprompter, you will see this a lot with my tutorials. I will actually record an intro, and typically I will say, in this video, blah, 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 without further ado, let's hop in, right? You're used to me doing that. Then you see the little Bootstrap logo, and then I go into another clip. At the very end, I typically say, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you check out lashondabrown.com/da-da-da-da. And if you'd like another resource, be sure to check out this video next. Until next time, ta-ta for now. The reason why I do that is because I make sure that the calls to action and the things that are the most important things about the video get done ahead of time, right? So I do that intro, I do that outro, then I can take a break and then just focus on teaching versus trying to make sure I land the plane correctly by the end of the video or trying to make sure that I don't ramble incessantly in the intro. So if you're not used to a teleprompter, just do intro, outro. If you want to do a little bit more, you can put the intro, outro, and bullet points to make sure you're on track for where the video is going to go. And again, the third level would be to do your entire script. I really love using the voice typing feature in a Google Doc because I essentially just talk to myself and then it transcribes what I say and then I go back in and clean it up. I can talk a lot faster than I can type. So that is what I recommend. You can also use this on your cell phone. It works for Android and Apple. So if you are going for a walk and you want to talk out your script for your next video, then you can talk it into the Google Docs app on your phone, and then it will automatically sync to your Google Workspace when you get back to your computer. Then you can copy it and paste it into any teleprompter. Riverside has one built in, and so you don't have to worry about how are you going to get that up on your screen. So I'm just letting you know, these are some tricks of the trade. I really hate writing scripts, but when I tell you it saves so much time, you take a little bit of time at that It saves a lot of time in the long run. And if you have someone else editing your content, they're going to be able to edit a lot faster, which will also save you money because they won't have to cut as much out. Okay. So those are your tips for pre-production. Okay. Now what I want to do is hop into production. Okay. I would recommend, and this is just my 2 cents because you're seeing me do it right now, go live so you don't have to edit. Now, I know a lot of people are not comfortable going live because they feel like, well, I don't want people to see me mess up. I don't want people to see me misspeak. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm sure you can hear some of it right now. Like, of course, the lawn care people are weed whacking everything in sight right outside of my window right now. And I'm really trying to focus and they're really making it difficult. And that's real life. I think in a lot of ways, we try to curate and polish everything that we do, but it's these live experiences that really help people to connect with us. And so going live is an awesome way for you to communicate with your audience. And as soon as I hit end stream, I don't have to worry about editing or paying somebody to edit it. So the video is basically done. I've got videos on my channel about how you can load stuff into your software to add those flares like I did with the commercial breaks and things like that. But I would encourage you, give it a try because again, I have done this 47 times this year and every single time has not been flawless. I have been late, my microphone's been trash, all sorts of things. Sometimes I've gotten on no makeup, but I just needed to show up. Like you get better by doing it more often, by building that muscle, by building those muscle memories, because there's so much that I'm kind of controlling myself right now. If I didn't do this every single week, I would really struggle. And that's why when I go into like a Zoom webinar, for instance, I have to like reacclimate myself to the software because I don't use it that often. And so I would encourage you, go live so you don't have to edit. If you're uncomfortable going live, one thing that you can do is you can do a private live with your email list community. I did this at the beginning of 2024 and it was incredible for me to say, hey guys, I want to do a private live stream just for you all to give you the inside scoop on what I'm working on for this year. You can do a private live stream. So at least you are talking to a warm audience. And then if it goes well, you can make it public. And if it doesn't go well, you can make it private. But at the end of the day, all you're doing is selecting an unlisted video. And if you unlist it on YouTube, only people with the direct link will be able to watch your content. So that is my 2 cents about production. That's hysterical. We don't hear a thing. So yes, there is some noise canceling software in my live streaming platform right now, but I hear everything. And so I am trying not to show it on my face, but they're literally right outside my window. And so that's the other thing. I think sometimes we get like self-conscious because we get distracted by things happening around us, whether it's dogs barking or doorbells ringing or people cutting grass. But again, just stay focused, do the best you can. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, just like we see here, y'all don't hear a thing. So it's all good. You know what I like is that you're not worried about how many people are here. You're inspiring. Yes. So here's the deal. As long as I have a few people here live, I'm good to go. Like I could talk to just one person because the reality is most people are not going to show up to your live stream in real time. That is why marketing is such a huge part of YouTube because you have to market the content after you post it. Even if it is a feed video, people aren't sitting, just waiting for you to post content. People have things to do. And so at the end of the day, I like the live streams because I'm able to market them to my list, let people know what I'm going to talk about, and hopefully get enough people on the live stream to be able to engage with me in real time. But it doesn't need to be a ton of people for me to keep it engaging. So just putting that out there. So post-production. So we talked about pre-production, how to get prepared. We talked about production, actually creating the content. And so now that the content is created, if you decide that you are not going to go live, I would highly recommend using a speech to text editor to trim your dialogue. So, a text based editor, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to look at the transcript of what you say in a video and to be able to take out ums or when you misspeak or just sections that you don't think are useful. When you delete the text, it will delete it in the actual video. Now, this is not the most robust way to edit a video. My husband has been using the Adobe Creative Suite for over a decade, using Premiere and After Effects and Audition and all these different things. But for so many of you who are service providers who do not have the time to act like a full on production company, having a text based editor where you can see what you've said and take out what does not work or does not fit is a game changer. Riverside has one built into it. And so that is a fantastic way for you to record your content directly into Riverside, or you can upload it from somewhere else and you can edit it based on the text. That is a huge way to save time. So you're not scrubbing through the video and having to replay sections over and over and over again. You can literally just look at what you said and then go off of that to edit. So that is a newer development. When we started our video production company in 2011, that was not something that was super popular, but now it's 2024 and those AI features are so common. So I would encourage you, if you are using like iMovie, I don't even think Windows Movie Maker is still a thing, but like if you are using some like built-in video editor in your computer software, I would encourage you to try text-based editing because it is a lot easier. Okay. I also would encourage you to edit in the same platform you record in to save time. So, again, I'm using Riverside as an example. I got Riverside on the brain. You can record your content in the platform and then you can let it finish, buffering the video. And then you can immediately go in to edit it. You don't have to download it. You don't have to upload it to Dropbox or upload it to Google Drive or some other tool or send it to your cell phone and use CapCut or something like that. Like you can do everything in one spot. And so this is why I want you guys to do the free trial and see if it's a good fit for you, because it's possible that you're paying for like 3, 4, 5 different subscriptions trying to piecemeal together what the software can do. And so give it a try, see if it's a good fit for you. But ultimately, whenever you record and edit in the same platform, you're going to save yourself a ton of time. Video files are huge. When I tell you the amount of hard drive space we have here, just to back up all the content I create is ridiculous. So when you edit in the same platform that you record, you save yourself a lot of grief when it comes to file storage. Okay. So I've got one more category to talk about, but I want to make sure if you have questions that you just drop them in the comments. Darlene says, great info, plus happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Yes, I'm still in denial that it's like almost Christmas. I bought like an All Holy Night sheet music print from Hobby Lobby, like, I don't know, like a month and a half ago. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can actually put that up without people thinking I'm crazy because it's pretty much time. It's pretty much time. So there's that. All right. So my favorite thing to talk about is marketing. If you guys don't know, I had a marketing agency for, I don't know, 6, 7 years. I have been a fractional CMO for multiple different companies. Obviously, with the video production company, it's all about video marketing. So marketing is my jam. This is what gets me so excited. So please flood me with your questions if you have them. But what I want you to really think about when it comes to marketing your content is you want to create thumbnails with minimal words. And I want you to leverage Magic Media to create custom clip art or Magic Extend to resize your images. So what we're going to do is we are going to hop into Canva so I can show you what I mean. This is just a quick little sneak peek of what the 25 days of Canva is going to look like. But here is the thumbnail for today's live stream. Now, I love this photo that CJ took. I'll be completely honest with you. I really just wanted to show off my shoes. I love those shoes. And when I was stretching the image to fit the YouTube thumbnail, my shoes just kept getting cropped out. So instead of me sticking with that, what I did is I used Magic Extend in Canva to fill in the right side of this image. So this part of the image from like this line here on the wall over, that's completely AI generated using Canva Magic. Okay. I also typed into Magic Media on Canva. Can you create a gold clock for me? And can you create a gold YouTube play button? I didn't want to have to search in the elements tab to find something I wanted. I wanted both of them to be gold so it kind of fit the color scheme. And so, utilizing both Magic Extend and Magic Media, I was able to create this thumbnail in like 2 minutes. I kid you not. Now, some other examples of me doing this. This door here is fake, and you can kind of see it if I were to move this text out the way. That's looking a little crazy and AI generated. So I just kind of made sure that my text kind of covered that up. But again, I'm really into shoes. I'm either like barefoot or in some gorgeous shoes. And so I didn't want to cut my feet off. And so again, I utilized Magic Extend. Now, in this one, this is actually a crazy example because my husband and I had this photo taken for our anniversary, and it is a vertical image. So everything on the left and the right side of this image is AI generated. So when you look at this, the rock, these trees, all of this, extending the bridge over, all of that is fake. And so that helped me to create a horizontal image out of a vertical photo because I just really like the photo of us in the middle. When you have a YouTube thumbnail in the first place, people aren't looking at every single, pixel and detail. So it's a great way for you to take photos that wouldn't have worked in the past and just utilize AI within Canva to stretch them and make them work. Another example, and I kind of took the background out of this one, but you'll see this on my feed. Yeah. AI did not know how to spell YouTube. So it spelled like tube. But what I did is I said, can you generate a purple laptop with sound waves on it? And then I asked it to create a purple play button. And so if you go and check this out on my YouTube feed, you will see that this is the thumbnail for the Riverside video. Sometimes when you're doing something that's high concept, like it's really hard to find an image that makes sense. And so Magic Media is great because you can just like describe what you want and then the AI will generate 4 different options. If you don't like any of them, you can just run it all over again. So I really like doing that for my thumbnails. And so again, I utilized Magic Media and Magic Extend. I already have videos about this on my channel, but it has gotten even smarter over this past year. And so I'm going to do a whole video about Canvas Magic Studio for you guys to check out. The last thing that I want to say, and this is super important, if you record your intro separately, you can use that intro clip as a reel, as an IG story, as a LinkedIn post, or as a short. So one of the features that Riverside has is called Magic Clips. And so Magic Clips is a way for you to leverage AI for you to create vertical content out of horizontal content. So you can take a YouTube video and turn it into shorts, into reels, into Instagram stories. And what I like about recording that intro separately is you don't have to worry about finding a place in your video that makes sense as a standalone piece of content. Instead, you already know that that intro is written specifically to have a hook in it, to get people interested, and to make them want to click more. And so again, going back to writing those scripts, if you write your intro and your outro and you record them separately, you can either just pull that clip out and post it to LinkedIn and describe your video and you're done, or you can utilize something like a Magic Clips to take that section out of your video out and turn it into a reel, a short, or a story. So these are 8 different ways for you to save some time. I'm going to quickly recap and then I'm going to hop over to the comments. So again, with pre-production, you want to repurpose your high performing content from another platform for your scripts and your bullet points. You want to use a teleprompter for your intro and outro for bullet points, or if you're really feeling jazzy, do your full script. Leverage a tool like a Google Doc with the voice typing for you to just talk your scripts so you don't have to worry about typing. And you can also use it on your phone if you want to do it on the go. In regards to production, highly recommend that you go live so you don't have to edit. And that's going to speed up the amount of times that you post. I struggled with consistency in the past. This is video number 80. Like, the numbers don't lie. Live streaming made it so easy for me to make sure that I was still posting on my YouTube channel. I was trying to do like at least once a week. If you're uncomfortable with going live, or you're afraid that there's not going to be anybody there watching your videos, then just do a private live stream and email it out to your email community. And inevitably, because people have given you their email address, they're connected with you, they know you, they're way more likely to show up than a brand new YouTube channel with only like 20 some subscribers. Okay. So that's a quick workaround for that. With post-production, use a speech to text editor so that you can trim your dialogue by looking at your transcript. You want to edit in the same platform that you record in to save time. And when it comes to marketing, you want to create thumbnails with minimal words and leverage Magic Media to create custom clip art, or Magic Extend to resize your images. Last thing, record that intro separately so it's easy for you to repurpose. All right. So there you have it. They're still going behind me. I kind of love that, because I'll be honest with you, January LaShonda would not be able to hang with us right now. She'd be so distracted. She'd be so dismayed, like, oh my gosh, it probably sounds like trash. They probably think I'm dumb. But you know what? I can handle it. I can handle it because this is not my first rodeo. So thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh. I feel like between Darlene and KK's career advice, we are having our own little party here. Yes, Magic Extend is already on the channel. So if you haven't used that tool, make sure you check it out. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, let's give some more information. Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're able to watch this live as well. It's been a minute. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so Reiki Break wanted to know more information about the cost of Riverside. So hopefully it doesn't auto log me in. Okay, I think we're good. And actually, oh, this is good. Okay. So now I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Y'all know I love a good discount. So I'm just gonna tell you the honest truth. Because of Black Friday, if you guys take action on this right now, you can save 35%. So my code that's active all year round is only 20, but right now on the site, they're offering 35. So if you still want to support the channel, you can just go to lashondabrown.com/Riverside. And so that will still give me affiliate credit for sending you over there. So if you still want to support me, you can use that. But I would just use this code to get 35% off. Now, if we want to go look at what's included, you can actually start using Riverside for free, which I really like, which is a really, really accommodating to people who are new content creators. Now, what you're going to see is some of these features are not available until you're paying something. Okay. And it makes complete sense. You see this a lot. A common thing that happens when you're going from free to a paid model is the removal of the watermark. Okay. So they remove the watermark when you have a standard account. You can go up to 4K video quality. So your video quality is going to be really good. For those of you who do podcasts, I'm not kidding you. Like, it is one of the best ways to record a podcast because it records your guests as separate video files and separate audio files. And so you're able to get like the highest quality, no matter what type of computer they're using to record on their end. And so for those of you who are doing video podcasts or even just using it to record audio, like, that is huge. Okay. Oh, they have a quiz now. That's new. All right. So some other things is image and text overlays is something that happens when you have a standard account. But ultimately, the highest level is the pro version. And so that's got a whole lot more stuff in it. That's going to have your live call-ins, your chat support if you need it, teleprompter for the host, AI voice. You can generate speech in your own voice, which is crazy. So if you misspeak, and you need to like change what you say, you can type it and it will mimic your voice. That's wild. You can do show notes. So again, for podcasts, it'll automatically generate that. Magic Audio will help you to edit your audio. So again, it just depends on what you need. If you just need up to 720 video quality, you don't care about the watermark, you just want magic clips, just want to give it a try, you can just create a free account. But if you want to upgrade, right now they are running a Black Friday special, and that's the cheapest I've seen it. I'll be real with you. So now is actually a really good time for you to pop over there and for you to check it out. So thank you so much for asking about that. Like I said, I do have some content on the channel about Riverside. And so if you kind of want to see like how I have it set up, like we use some of those clips when we actually created the ad read for this particular live stream. But again, it's a deep dive. What I will do when this live stream is over is I will actually link to that video in the end card. So I have an animated end card that I play, and that allows me to go back in after the live stream is over and just reference anything that I want to there. So you can go check it out and learn more there. But again, I really just wanted to share this information with you because one of the common concerns that I hear about YouTube is it takes too much time. And I remember the very first time that I went live, or not live, I created a reel for Instagram, and I own a video production company. And I literally almost threw my phone because my brain could not compute how to make a video, but vertical. And that's when people were doing all of those tricks and dances. And, it was all about changing your clothes or using all these filters. And I'm just really grateful we are over that, because I think at the end of the day, that took a lot of the joy out of content creation. And so now we're kind of facing a world where people just want to remove skepticism and to feel close to you and to feel like they know you. And so that is what I really enjoy about live streaming. Live streaming gives me that opportunity to be real with you, to be transparent, to have you ask me questions in real time. And so again, that makes it a lot easier for me to show up. And if you are running a private membership community, something you may want to consider is live streaming can double as open office hours. So sometimes I will even use my live streams to give announcements. So that saves me a lot of time. When I only work 20 hours a week, it allows me to make sure I can fit as much as I possibly can within my day without burning out. So with that, I think I hit everybody's questions in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure that you support the channel simply by giving this video a like. If you don't need Riverside, don't want Riverside, totally get it, but your like will help get this video in front of more people, which will be a huge benefit to my sponsors. And so again, if you're new here, what I try to do is focus my livelihood on my brand partnerships so I can make tech education more accessible for the business owners on a budget. So that's how I'm able to sell $5 resources on Buy Me a Coffee, $10 subscriptions to my workshops, and $50 a month for my coaching community, because my needs are being met in other ways. So your support on the live streams help me to be able to keep doing that. Because if the math ain't mathing, I'm gonna have to raise the price just like everybody else. So again, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Thank you again to Riverside for sponsoring this. Like I said, we have done a lot of live streams and we've done a lot of different formats, and I'm just super proud of what we've been able to pull off. And we are actively working on building a set in the basement. So that's going to be exciting for me, because perhaps I won't be stuck at my desk all day for my content, or stuck in my office, if nothing else. I'd love to have guests in person. I'd love to be able to use my vibe board more and just do more creative things. And so ultimately, you guys are challenging me to continue to innovate, to continue to create, and ultimately keep showing up. So I want to encourage you to rest this week. Take some time to just, honestly, what I did last night that was such an encouragement is I just went through my camera roll and I went all the way up to the first image that I took in January of 2024. And not for the purpose of making an Instagram reel. Nobody cares about your annual recap but you. But to really go back and say, wow, look at what I did. look at what was accomplished, look at the people that I met, look at the meaningful interactions that I had. Like at the end of the day, I want more of those things. And so then you can take a step back and you can look at the numbers and say, well, what worked, what didn't work this year, make modifications in 2025 and keep going. But ultimately, business is hard. But if you have support, if you have mentors, if you have creators that you can watch that are willing to be transparent about what's working, it can help you to propel your business to the next level without you having to know everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I would encourage you to get on my email list because I'll be doing more emails in December because I will not be going live anymore this year, but I will be back at the beginning of January. So my friends, as we like to say on the channel, I'm almost like sad to do it. I'm going to miss this. But again, I'm so grateful for you. Until next time, ta-ta for now.